Are you tired of sitting on the sidelines watching opportunities pass you by? You know you have what it takes, but something's missing. It could be doubt, confidence, or fear that you're not representing your best self. Whatever it is, it stops now. It's time to align your passion with your purpose and seize the opportunities that await you. I want to see you get back in the game. So join me and my expert guests as we talk all things image, branding, and a bit of entrepreneurship. So if you're ready to gain insightful tips, tools, and strategies to help you amplify your presence and define your impact for greater success, sit with us as we talk about it.
Connection show where we go beyond the surface of image, branding, and presence. I'm your host, Jenny Dewberry, certified international image consultant, brand strategist, speaker, and trainer. Today, I have with me Miss Rebecca Doster. Rebecca is my colleague. She is also a friend, and she has come to sit with me today to talk about something common that we all question, we misunderstand, and we're going to talk about the myth of effortless styling. Though we know that effortless style takes work and it has to be intentional. So Rebecca and I are going to sit and talk about that and talk about how you too can have effortless style. So help me welcome to the show, Rebecca Doster.
Hi, Jenny. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, I'm so glad to have you here. You know, it's always a blast when you and I get together and can talk about this thing that we are so vested in, image consulting, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, again, thank you for being here with me to talk about the myth of effortless styling. And again, you know, it looks simple. Style sometimes can look simple, or it can look to those that's looking at that person that's well styled and polished. They might look at a person and feel like, wow, you know, that takes a lot of work. And it can
It
without
can.
strategy, right?
It can. It can. And it cannot.
Right. Yeah. It just takes a formula, it takes strategy, and it takes know how. So look,
Absolutely.
yeah. Looking effortless, it really is easy for those who have really invested in learning how to
There
do
it
that,
is.
right? There it is.
Yes.
That'll
Yes.
be take on that.
It can be very easy. I was thinking about this over the last couple of days because I knew we were
Hmm.
going to have this conversation. And I was thinking, what is it that I would say about how to achieve effortless style? And you just kind of said it. So, if you will invest upfront
Hmm.
in doing the work, then
Right.
you can have a lifetime of effortless style. But you have to know the things
Hmm.
and you have to apply the things, and then you have the thing.
Yeah, right. You have to commit to it. And, you know, sometimes, admittedly, it is overwhelming in the beginning because we
It
do.
can be.
It can be you have, as they say, a closet full of clothes with nothing to wear. So, how do I choose and how do I select what works for me? How do I know what I should discard, give away, or keep that's going to give me
Yep.
that effortless closet? I call it a dream closet because when it's
Yes.
all done, that's what it is. You can go in your closet and you know that everything in there works for you. And so,
Absolutely.
you know, I thought no better time than this, you know, right now as we're transitioning into new seasons and such, that we could talk about that and help the listeners to understand how they can apply, you know, strategies, formulas to their look and be
Yes.
able.
It's great timing.
Yes, it's great timing for that and to be able to get up and, you know, get back their time and
Absolutely. Yeah.
your time. Research shows, Rebecca, that the average woman spends 12 to 17 minutes each morning, weekday morning, trying to decide what they're going to wear, right? So,
Yes.
what we do with those extra 15 minutes, essentially 2 hours a month, you know, what would we do with that time if we could get it back?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is a huge time suck
It
when you
is.
don't know how to use your wardrobe. If you have pieces that don't work well together or don't suit you, it's a huge time suck trying to figure out how to put an outfit together. And then you put an outfit together and you feel less than your most confident self in it.
Right. And why is that? Because
Yeah,
that outfit may not fit your proportion. It may not have the proper coloring. It may not be the proper color for your coloring.
yes,
Patterns are important. It's just so much that goes into getting dressed and not just putting on clothes. It's a science. And that
absolutely.
sounds a little, formal, but it is. It's a science. You have to think about it, and then that formula, you have to put it all together. And so, why do you? And I'm sure you've experienced this because I have. We as women, we don't want to admit that we don't know how to do it. Sometimes it takes a lot of thought. It takes a lot for us to step up and say, "Hey, I need help." What do you think? Why do you think that is in your experience?
Well, I think women are told that they know how to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, somehow there's something wrong with you.
Right.
And we are expected to know how to dress and put things together.
Mm-hmm.
And for some women, it comes more naturally than others.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a brief story. Like, I always had fun with this, but I think I always had fun dressing because I was creative as a child, and I would stand in my room and just play with my clothes and accessories, like as a young person, as a teenager. And so figuring all that out, because I thought that was fun. That's
Right.
not fun to everybody. But I got to my mom's house as an adult one time. This was years ago. And my sister said, "I like that outfit." And I said, "Thanks." And she said, "Where did you get it?" And I said, "Oh, I've had the jacket for forever. And I bought the pants here. And I bought them." And she said, "Stop, wait, you didn't buy that all together?" And I said, "No, wait, how do you shop?" And she was like, "If it's hanging on a rack together, I assume it goes together." And it was at that moment I thought, wait a minute, this is something I can give other women, because this is something that doesn't come naturally to every woman. And if you're listening and you're feeling that, it's okay. Jenny and I are here to tell you it's okay.
It is okay.
Naturally.
Yeah, it's natural. You're definitely not alone. I have worked with clients, and I'll take it, even if going to the store, I'll have a room ready for them, and they'll walk in, and then you see the overwhelm on their face immediately, because I've arranged these outfits for you already. So imagine if they're in a store trying to do this on their own. I have seen many women, when I used to work in retail, turn around and leave because they just didn't know what to do, and they feel defeated. And
they don't want to ask.
And they don't want to ask, but it's natural to feel that way, and it's okay to ask an expert to make it simple for you the next time around. You have that, confidence to go into the store because you know what to shop for. You know what works for you, and you're empowered. You're walking in there now like you're on a runway ready to go, because you work with someone that's going to help get you there.
Or, sorry to interrupt. Or even if you are listening to that and you're thinking, I don't think I could ever see myself there, it's okay to have a stylist. April.
Hi, April.
Hi, my friend. Like, it's okay to have a personal stylist to go shopping with you. So I have clients who, they no longer want to shop by themselves. We shop seasonally because they don't want to get to that. I can go in a store and do it myself. Or they have me on retainer so they can text me from a fitting if they are going to do it themselves.
Yes.
But you both have clients who want to learn to do it. It's okay to ask to find that expert help if you need it, if you want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not the myth that finding that help is expensive, or the myth that finding that help is fleeting, like you can't find the help to help you do this. There's many of us image consultants and personal stylists out here, but I will say that if that is what you are seeking, to do your research, to make sure that they are who they say they are, right? Like Rebecca and I, we are both internationally certified. We have to there's a golden standard that we have to abide by. So you want to make sure that, and as is some of the people that's online, you have to make sure that, you're doing your research and that you are aligned with that person, that your goals and such, and they understand your goals and that they're aligned,
Yes.
not just putting clothes on you.
And on that point, if you are looking for a stylist, yes, as Jenny said, like, look for someone with certification and research who they were certified by. Is it an accredited, true, actual trainer? I have one client, she worked with me for a little while, and then she had a friend who worked in a boutique who wanted to be a stylist. And so she switched and started working with her friend. Well, her friend, who's not certified, told her, you need to get rid of all your black shoes because it's not in your color palette.
What's this thing? Excuse me?
Right. And so then she realized after a certain amount of time that this stylist did not know what she was actually talking about. So she called me back, and she's my client again.
Okay.
And she was telling me this story, and I'm trying to put together outfits. I'm like, this is black pants. You need black shoes to keep the leg line long and make you look taller. And she told me this story about getting rid of all of her black shoes. I was like,
no, you can keep them. Just add a little pop of color and personality to a different.
But also, your shoes aren't by your face. So if you know color analysis, like whatever you want to wear on your feet, you go for it. Like, whatever.
Yes, it's
that color palette has nothing to do with your feet. It only has to do with like around your face. So certification and finding a stylist that actually knows what they're talking about and are trained is key. You are so right on that.
Yeah, so key. And I thought while we were when I was preparing for this or what have you, we were talking about effortless style and what it takes to have that, right? And so for me, it's just simple for me, but maybe not simple for someone that doesn't know. But all it takes is to eliminate the things that don't work for you. Now, you have to know what doesn't work for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Talk about that a little bit, Vanessa. There I go. That name for you.
For those of you that don't know, Jenny started calling me Vanessa years ago. We've been friends for years, and I answer to it only when Jenny calls me that. That's my alias.
Not the time.
So learning what works for you. Yeah. And this is what I alluded to in the beginning. And when I told you I thought about this over the last several days, that if you're willing to invest in those foundational services, like getting your colors analyzed, figuring out, like doing a figure analysis, so your body shape and your proportions, your scale, those kinds of things. And then I also really encourage people to do work with a professional around style, personality.
Yes.
So when you lay this foundation, you are automatically going to build your confidence. And let's face it, even a mediocre outfit worn with confidence can be stratospheric. Like, confidence is everything.
Yes.
But working with someone who can help you build confidence and knowing those foundational things, if you will invest and put the effort in, open your mind. Like, I had a client one time saying, before I did her color analysis, if you tell me I'm a winter, I'm going to be really upset. Well, she was a winter.
You are, man.
Like,
you are.
Open your mind and learn the things, and style starts getting easier.
It does. And as we mentioned before, it saves you so much time
and money.
It becomes effortless, it's seamless, and it's not overwhelming, And so when I'm working with clients, I work with a lot of professional women, career women, and I always advise to them to prepare your clothes at night, first of all. After you know what works for you and you have that closet, there's still going to be a little overwhelm there because, again, until you've practiced this and you're not really going to be able to get up in the morning and take that minute or two that it should take, less than 2 minutes really, to grab something and go. So I always advise on Sundays, and I know, and it really only takes about 15 minutes once you have that closet for you. On Sundays, take those 15 minutes, maybe a little longer, and set your outfits up for the week, your accessories, hang them. Put your accessories on the outfits. Have your shoes ready. So when you get up in the morning, you're showering, you're doing your quick makeup or minimal makeup application because you're going to work likely. You're not going out. And if you are, then you do what works in the evening. And then your
Sure.
day is going. And so that is so empowering to wake up in the morning, put on the things that work for you. Everything is complementing one another. And when you put them on and look in the mirror, you know that you are, and I'm going to say it, that girl. Because
Yes, I love it.
yes, you
And
are.
how much does your confidence go up when you are able to get out of the shower, do your makeup, put your
Yes.
clothes on like that, and walk out the door? You're like, I
And
got it. It's going to be a good day.
yeah, you know that nothing's off. Nothing's off. So your mind is set as where it should be. You might be thinking about work, but you also feel like, gosh, I am prepared to conquer whatever the day brings. And this is so real. It may sound unreal, unbelievable, but it sets the tone for your entire day and how we view
It really does.
things that we approach throughout, during the day and throughout the day. And so I wanted to talk about how simplicity is built, how someone that's listening can quickly at least do a little bit to make their wardrobe a little bit more simple and more effortless for them. And I know it's a strategy and it takes a little time, but what is it that you think that they can do now?
Well, I mean, there are lots of things people can do beyond what we have already talked about in terms of getting those foundational services and resources nailed down, in terms of maintaining your wardrobe, like you're talking about on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, or Saturday if you don't want to do it on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Go ahead and steam and press your clothes.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and take a look at your shoes and just get them ready.
Yeah.
Look at your handbags. Do they need a little polishing? Fix a little scuff?
Right.
And look at your calendar for the week. What's going on that you may need to think strategically for and plan? I think the pre-planning and just the maintenance of your wardrobe, when things happen, you get a stain, you get a pull, you get a tear, go ahead and fix those.
Yes.
Get things altered so they fit perfectly.
So
it's just those little things that you get in the beginning. It sounds overwhelming, feels overwhelming, but they're little habits that you can build.
Like anything else, like the bad habits that you've built around your wardrobe, you can shift those. It may take a little time, just like as any habit does. It takes time to form a habit. So, but once you're practicing that and you're intentional, and again, you know that if I go in here, I'm going to pull a shirt, I'm going to pull a pair of pants, I'm going to pull a skirt, and it's all going to work together. Then it becomes fun. I would say it's fun to go in there and do that. You're excited about getting up and putting on that new blazer that you may have purchased, or those shoes, or pairing it with something that you already have. And that's another myth, is that people think, yes, the cheat code.
Yeah, you're right, April.
Yes. People, another myth is that people feel that you have to spend a whole lot of money in order to reinvent your wardrobe, when you do not. And April is here with us, but April, I've noticed, she is the queen of consignment. I've seen her go into consignment shops online and put amazing pieces together. So you can shop on a budget, and our job is to meet the client where they are.
Yes.
And, if they are a client that we can help, then that's what we do. Assist. I like to use the word assist, or work with, then that's what we do. And if they're not, then we have this whole pool of people that we can refer those clients to that align better with what it is that they are trying to achieve. So that's the good thing too about what we do.
Yes.
Collaboration and such.
We're talking about like what April does with consignment stores and thrift stores and things like that. One of my, love to thrift, me too. So one of my clients I work with her seasonally. She has one of my favorite closets, and I would say 90 to 95% of it is thrifted or secondhand. And she's very busy. She has a little one, and it's very hard for her to have the bandwidth to go and style her pieces. I go and help her with the styling of these pieces. It's one of the most creative closets she can or can together create the most unique. So if you're someone who wants that standout, unique style,
Mhm.
do not be afraid of thrift and
Yeah,
secondhand.
because that's where
Like
they are.
amazing,
That's where those
amazing.
are. Vintage pieces, pieces that you're not going
Yes,
to find. And then a lot of people don't want to go to the store and shop a rack of clothes that you could see 10, 15 other people in, in
exactly,
just in your region, in your area. We don't want to,
exactly.
we want to be different. And so, yes, consigning is always good. We can look good. I always say you don't have to spend $1 million to look like $1 million, and you do not.
Absolutely. Nope.
Smart shopping. So when you're working with someone, an expert that's versed in this, they're going to show you how to shop on a budget. They're going to show you
Mhm.
how to still find quality pieces at that lower rate, discounted rate. Investment
Absolutely.
pieces. Again, you can go to consignment shops to find some good investment pieces that will work for you well, and you can bring some of those trends. I'm not a trendy person. I don't really care for
Me
trends,
either.
but some people do find that some trends they want to bring into their wardrobe. Just be smart
Mhm.
about that too, and don't go spending all of your money on trends. Make sure that you have those investment pieces that you can go back to 10, 15 years down the line. That's the beauty of
Mhm.
investing in your garments, so that you can wear them over
Absolutely.
time if you're taking care of them properly. Dry cleaning is a lot of times necessary. As we mentioned,
Mhm.
pressing and steaming and making sure nothing is tethered. Just maintenance, just like you maintain and get maintenance on your car, you got to do that for your clothes
Exactly.
too. So yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people forget that if you will, like people are like, oh, I don't want to have to steam my clothes. Oh, I don't want to
Mhm.
have to do that. Okay, stop for a moment. And I try to tell my clients this, stop for a moment and just think about your closet.
Yeah.
Think about all the things that are in there, probably hundreds of pieces
Hmm.
in there. Now, try to think about the dollar figure tied to those pieces.
Yes. Yes.
So your wardrobe, like your house, you mentioned your car, um, jewelry, your
Hmm.
wardrobe is often an unrecognized investment.
I know it
You
is.
put a lot of money into that closet.
Lots of money, even if you are shopping at not the lower end retail stores or what have you. You're still investing, because if you're doing that, you're repeat shopping. You're shopping over
Yes.
and over and over, possibly for like items, the same items. Whereas if you go and spend just a little extra money,
Mhm.
then that item, like as I said, is going to last you such a long
Yes.
time. And then those newer basics that you're purchasing and styles are going to complement. So there needs to be at least three pieces in your closet that complement one another, right? So you
Yes.
need to be able to pick a shirt, a blazer. That shirt needs to complement a skirt. That shirt needs to complement a pair of pants. That blazer needs to complement shirt, dress, pants. So there's so much, so much. I get excited, Rebecca, now about shopping. I have a closet, and it's not thousands, hundreds of items in my closet anymore. Everything in
Right.
my closet makes sense. It makes sense. So I,
Yes.
I tell people to put your outfits together for the week. I don't do that myself anymore because I don't have to. I know how to go to my closet, and I know what
Right.
I can go on this side and pull in my pants. I can go on the other side and pull in my shirt, and go below and pull in my blazer, or whatever that is. And I know in my head exactly what I'm going to do when I go in that closet. I
Yes.
may not know, immediately when I wake up what I want to wear for the day, but I do think about the day and what I'm
Mhm.
going to, my goal for the day, what I want to accomplish. And I go in there and I just I pick it out and just lay it across the bed, get in my
Yep.
shower, and I'm ready to go. So
Absolutely.
yeah, everything in your closet needs to complement each other. Even your accessories, your belts, your bag, your shoes, they need to work together, not
All
against.
part of the investment.
All part of
All
the
part. It's all part of it. Yes.
nothing like a good belt that's not pulling and stretching, and
Right.
spend a little money on your belts, because
Yes.
you're doing a lot of moving and bending, and that causes wear. So
Yes.
nice leather belt, you won't have to worry about that for a good long time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. My closet is shockingly small. If
Mm-hmm.
most of my clients could see my closet compared to their closet, they'd be
Yeah.
like, "You're a stylist and you have so few clothes." And it's true because we can do, yeah, like April saying, we're the
Mm-hmm.
experts. I
That's right.
can do more with less.
Yeah. And I
That's what I
like
want to teach my clients too.
yeah,
Do more with less.
right. It's easier and it actually um it what am I trying to say here? It's easier. And then when you're dressing, consistency in your dress, the way you dress is important too, because it builds credibility. People look at
Yes.
you and they know that this is who you are. It's about your personality too, but it builds credibility.
Mhm.
They know that you pay attention to your details. They know what they can expect for you. So it's a whole lot too that goes into that. Having that smaller
Yes.
closet, having those strategic pieces, and then when you're going out, consistency that I know that even if your back is turned, that's Jenny in touch
Yes.
because she has on this or that. Her style, my style is still there, no matter what day
It's
it
your
is.
brand.
It's the brand, absolutely. There's something.
Everyone has a brand. I think a lot of people don't think about the fact that they are a brand.
Yes, yes.
And it's how do you want to be remembered? How do you want to show up? How do you want to be recognized? What is your brand?
Right. And when we talk about brand, we're not talking, a lot of people, when you say brand, you think about brand, and even people are now even tying personal branding with branding.
Mhm.
We're not talking about like your logos and your website. And they say, the thing is, you are your logo, right? And
Yes.
people, when they come and talk to you after they've gotten past, that first impression, and you have invited them in based on how you show up, based on your gestures, that smile, how you doing, the energy, then what you're telling them about what you're doing, that's your website. They may not
Yes.
visit your website, but you need to be able to stand there and tell them what you do, how you do it, and
Yes.
how you can help them, and not soak up all of their time, not monopolize all of their time. Spend a little time with them, move on to the next. But
Yes.
leave that conversation. They should have a more than a general idea of what it is that you do, right?
Yes, absolutely. You need to look like you know what you're doing. Even if you're an accountant or you're a law, let's say you're not a stylist.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're in philanthropy, maybe you are in ministry, whatever. How do you want to be
Mm-hmm.
remembered? I think everyone, whether or not they want to admit it, wants to be memorable. We all want to be remembered.
Yeah.
And so when I meet someone who says, "Oh, I don't have a style. I don't really care about all of that." So that is a style. Not having a style is a style. It's not a good one and it does not make you memorable.
Yeah.
It does not You do not come top of mind if someone is thinking about an opportunity or I
Mm-hmm.
need someone to offer this opportunity to.
Right.
So you do have a personal brand and it's like you're
Mm-hmm.
saying, even if your back is turned to someone, you your back is your brand as well. So have
How
that
many times,
style.
yeah. How many times have people say, "Oh, I knew that was you"? That's
Yeah.
because they recognized you. They recognize your brand. They recognize your short hair. They recognize if you're a person that wears a staple piece, blazers. Jenny or Rebecca wears blazers. They recognize you because of your brand. You are branded. Like
Exactly.
you are branded. So why not be intentional about that brand and make it count?
Yes.
Make a
Yes.
lasting impression and impact, but make it a positive one. Like you said,
Yes.
that you can become top of mind when people are looking for a service or wanting to offer opportunities to someone. Someone may come about that needs something that you have. And so
Yes.
people should be able to refer you and feel confident in referring you and know that you are going to, take care of that person that they've sent
Yes.
to you. So yeah.
Absolutely. And kind of in that same vein, like I tell people, you can be the most competent person in your field, but if you don't look like the most competent person in your field, you may never get the opportunity to prove it.
That's right. Never. You've closed that door immediately.
Yes. And
Intentionality it's so key. You again, when you're getting up and you're preparing for your day and when you're thinking I'm going to this network event or I'm going to this meeting or I am going to work, I'm going to meet a client. You have to be intentional about the
Yes.
impact that you're going to make. If
You
I'm
really
going
do.
to meet a client, then I expect that when she's sitting there, wherever we are, and I walk into a room or I'm sitting in a room, something about me is going to tell her, oh, that's probably her, because I'm going to show up
Yes.
like I mean business, right? And I'm going to show up in the
Yes.
best possible polished way
Right.
that I can. You can't get up and just willy-nilly get dressed and expect to have positive outcomes
No.
throughout your day. It is the same thing. I'm not a dating expert or relationship expert, but the same applies for that.
Yeah.
If you get in, when you're meeting someone for the first time on the date, you spend a little time to get dressed. You're in the mirror, you're making sure that everything looks good, your makeup is done, your hair is done, everything is well groomed. Well, you should be doing that every day, and especially in business, because that business is what's going to sustain you and allow you to do those things that you need to do to go to the date. So,
Yes.
that's it. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
So let's talk about color, Rebecca, and the importance of it. That is your vein. I mean, you are the color expert. I do color, but I lean to you sometimes. Talk about color and the importance of that.
Oh gosh, color is so important.
Mm-hmm.
When you get right down to the neuroscience of color, so the brain is attracted and remembers color and light. Like the eye is attracted to light, the
Mm-hmm.
brain remembers color. So if you are someone who wears beige or you wear too many neutrals or something, you're going to blend in and not be remembered.
Mm-hmm.
So the eye and the brain will go right to the color and they remember that. And then, so obviously you want colors that flatter you and
Yes.
make you look healthy and awake and vibrant and competent and all the things. But then there's also the psychological aspect of color, knowing which colors to wear for which occasion. So the system I use, the 4x4 16 season system, the swatch fans that I give my clients all have the
Mm-hmm.
color psychology message on the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So they know if you're going into an important meeting, if you're going on a date, if you're going to a networking event and you want to make friends, it's going to tell you which colors from your palette to pull from your wardrobe.
That's great. That's a good tool to have. I have
Yes.
some myself from a while back, and it even tells you down to the polish. What nail polish
Yes.
color is going to work for you. So all of that, the 4x4 system is really good, and those color palettes swatches that you have are amazing. They are amazing. And so, Rebecca, we are doing a lot of things. We have a lot of new things coming up, you and myself. But I want to talk about you and your membership. I have a membership too, but I want to talk about Rebecca's membership. And she will be launching her membership in January.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Talk about that a bit.
Yeah. So this is going to be a membership primarily for women who kind of want to DIY their own style. Maybe they're not someone who's ready to work with a stylist. Maybe they are, because my retainer clients are going to be automatically in there to get an even deeper dive into personal style. But this is going to be a monthly membership. We are going to do a webinar every month we'll have a theme. There'll be a webinar the first week of the month, a live Q&A session the third week where you can ask me anything about style. It could be about the topic of the month, or it could be just somebody gave me this sweater for Christmas. What do I do with it? So it'll be a live Q&A. I will share trends and how to make them work for you or whether not to. We're going to talk color and body shape, personal style. I'm going to give little style challenges every month. It'll be a safe place for women to try something new, post pictures, and maybe step outside their comfort zone just a little bit and elevate their style.
Sounds good and exciting. And you can contact Rebecca at refinedimageconsulting.com. She is on IG as at Refined Style by Rebecca, on Facebook at Refined Image Consulting, And then her membership is called Refined Style Society. And there is a QR code here that you can reach out to my friend and learn a little bit more about
Absolutely.
her. So
And
that,
just really quickly, I'm doing a special for founding members. So the membership is going to be $27 a month, not much at all, less than $1 a day. But between now and early January, you can join for $17, and that will be your price as long as you're a member. So founding member special, get
yes,
in there, and let's do some style.
yeah, sounds good, Rebecca. Sounds good. And congratulations on that. We have to
Thank
continuously
you.
move. We have to continuously invent, be innovative in our business and then serve those as you and I do and serve others in the capacity that they are able to take advantage of these services.
Mhm.
Everyone may not be ready to invest wholly in that one-on-one, more intimate coaching
Mhm.
um, at the moment. But they can always join memberships. Your membership,
Yes.
my membership. They can also join those to get that information that they need and ongoing support. So yeah,
Yes.
that's great. That's great. We're going to take a quick break here, and we will be back.
Okay.
You're not just building a career, you're building a reputation and that of your business. At People Power Consultancy, we coach ambitious professionals to refine their image and shape a personal brand that opens doors. Because the way you show up is your message. If you're tired of blending in, second guessing your presence, or feeling unseen, this is your moment to stand out with purpose and polish. Visit peoplepowerconsultancy.com to start your transformation. Your next level has a look. Let's define it.
And we're back. We're back. So
You're back.
thanks again, Rebecca, for telling us about your membership, and I wish you the best in that. And I wanted
Thank
to
you.
talk a bit, kind of touched on it in that commercial, how to define your image. So there's something, it's called define, refine, and align. And so in order to start to build an image that you're proud of, one that aligns with your personality, your belief system, your values, you start by defining who you are.
Mhm.
That's where we start. We can't do anything until we know who we are, what's important to us, our non-negotiables. All of that is important in building an image that's going to work for us and carry us through, not from phase to phase, season to season. So you can do that again: define, refine, and align. Define who you are, what your goals are, and your values. And then refine is to edit what you have. Edit your
Mhm.
wardrobe, add pieces that work, omit pieces that do not work so that everything works together. And then align is to make sure that your wardrobe is aligned again with your goals, your
Mhm.
personality, your coloring, just your style, your overall style in general. Those are really simple things that you can do now
Yes.
to build that image that's going to work for you and help build that presence, that polished presence that we all need when we are in business or just in general in life, trying to accomplish anything.
Mhm.
We want to be polished and intentional about it. And it does not take $1 million, as I said before, to
Nope.
look like $1 million. It just takes a little intentionality, commitment, and effort. Know that when you
Absolutely.
get up, when you walk out of the door, you put your all into getting dressed. And that could be if you're wearing a jogging suit, whatever it is, make sure it's polished, make sure it's steamed, pressed,
Absolutely.
not an afterthought. You are not an afterthought, and your
I
wardrobe should
love
not be
that.
an afterthought, right?
What a great reminder.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you are not an afterthought.
Yeah. You are it, the primary one. So that was my little take on how to immediately build a
Mhm.
wardrobe or an image rather, because we're talking
Yes.
about wardrobe, but that is your image, part of your image. And so how to do that effortlessly. Do you have something else? And we've talked about it, something that we have not spoke on that you maybe tell your clients when you're first working with them.
Really, and it kind of goes with what you just said, really
Mm-hmm.
just kind of taking that deep dive into
Yeah.
your soul. Stop listening and thinking about what the world and social media and the fashion
Mm-hmm.
industry, what forget what they say about what you should be.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But do that deep dive into your soul. Like,
Mm-hmm.
who are you?
Yeah.
What do you want to be? Not what. And I ask my clients, do you want to be that because you want to be that? Or do you want to be that because someone told you you should be that?
That's right.
So
And
having that confidence and taking that moment to just say, you know what, I'm going to figure out who I am,
yeah,
and it all
clarity,
flows from there. Yes,
right?
clarity.
Identity
Get
and
really
clarity.
clear. Get
Yeah.
really
And
clear.
then again, operating in your own values, what you want for yourself,
Yes.
and not what someone else or society has told you that you need to be, right?
Yes.
So
Give yourself permission
yeah.
to be you. And that's often what I do for my clients. I'm just
Mhm.
giving you permission to
Good.
live your life the
Yeah,
way
live out
you were
loud,
built
like
to
I say,
live.
live, and present yourself. Live out loud in that. Also, when we are talking, you said something about a deep dive, and that's the
Mhm.
difference too with us as image consultants. We do deep dive in our clients because again, we need to know what it is
Yes.
that you want today, but also what do you want your future self to look like?
Yes.
Where are you going? We're not just dressing you for the day. We are giving you the tools that you need that will take you from here to there and that you can go back to years down the line. Again,
Mhm.
investing in someone, an expert that's going to help you do that. And I will say, Rebecca, that when you're working with new clients, sometimes it can be challenging. It can
Mhm.
become a head butting because
Yep.
we're getting a little personal. We're getting down in there and we're causing them to revisit some things that they or identify some things that they don't want to identify about themselves. But it's so
Yes.
necessary. And after they have gone through that process, they're lighter. It's liberating. And then
Yes. It is liberating.
liberating. They know exactly what it is that they want to do, what they want their closets to look like, because it all begins with a look, right? Everything
Yes.
everything begins
Yes.
with a look. So
It
yeah.
is. And that's the difference too between if you're someone who's watching and you're thinking about, maybe I need to hire a personal stylist.
Hmm.
I often refer to myself as a personal stylist because people understand
They
what
do.
that is.
Yeah.
What you and I both are certified image consultants.
Hmm.
So the difference is an image consultant will start with the inside and work outside, and a
Hmm.
stylist is only dressing the outside.
Right.
Like sometimes we say we're stylists so that people can connect and
Understand.
understand.
Yeah.
But really, if you hire me as your stylist, I'm really an image consultant. And we're starting
Hmm.
on the inside, like
That's
you're
right.
talking about.
We're going to
There's
style
going to
your
be some
life.
self-discovery. There's going to be there can be some friction.
Yeah.
I had a client one time I had to stop her and just say, why am I here?
Hmm.
You fight me on
You have
everything
all
I
the
say. Why did
questions.
you hire me?
Yeah. I think we all have experienced that because
Yeah,
they think that when they come to us, that they are coming not because we have misled them, but they feel like they're coming for styling. Well, you
yeah,
are, but we have to get
you
through this
are.
first. We have to know who you are. Who are we styling, right? And
Exactly.
when we offer up these looks for you and you don't want those looks, we need to know why.
Mhm.
What is it about this look that
Sure.
may cause you to revisit a time in your life that you wore something like that, or that shirt reminded you of a time in your life that wasn't so great, and so you don't want to have anything to do with that style of look or that color. There's always,
Yeah.
yeah.
And interesting, I had one of the most beautiful experiences I had with a client where we did all the pre-work
Hmm.
and she sent me pictures of the styles that she liked and we did the color analysis. We did everything,
Yeah.
even the closet. And then we got to personal shopping and we're trying things on and she came out of the fitting room. I had pulled things that were just like what she said she wanted.
Hmm.
And she came out of the fitting room and she said,
Hmm.
"I hate this." I was like, "Okay,
Okay.
it ticks all the boxes. You look amazing in it." And she's like,
Yeah.
"But I realized something after putting on all these clothes. I realized something. This is the way my mother always dressed me, and I hated it. And
Oh.
I just realized what I've told you is that's not what I want. I
Mm.
want to be myself." And I was like, I mean, we both teared up. It's
Yeah.
like we just had a breakthrough.
That's
And
profound. Yeah.
she realized she'd been going in the wrong direction. And that's why she
Mhm.
was unhappy. Like
Yeah.
it's one of those that
Alignment.
you gotta come from the inside and come
Yes.
out. And she got in touch with something very
See,
deep
see,
and
it's
was able to move in a positive
therapeutic work. We're not licensed therapists by no means, but this work is
direction.
therapeutic. Now, if we get too far, we're going to refer you to someone that can really help
Yes.
if you need that. But this is a process. It's just like when I used to do hair. You know, they say that hairstylists are therapists. And we
Yeah.
are, because we hear all the stories.
Oh, yeah.
We do our part to give you this support and information that we think is going to fit the situation. Of course, we are not licensed, but we are, and that's what led me to image consulting. You know, was
Oh,
doing
really?
hair, yeah, doing hair, learning about these women and their struggles, turning them around in the mirror. And one lady, when I belonged to an organization, she said, because I told her people cry. She said, "Well, that's part of your tagline. I make people cry," and it's true. When some people would turn around and just be in tears because that outer beauty, that beauty of just getting their hair done. But that also made me realize that there is some deeper work that I can do here. I didn't know what it was. And one of our friends introduced me to image consulting, and I sat on it for a minute. And then again, I thought it was just styling. So I
Yeah.
went
No.
to go to a major retailer and start styling. And I saw some of those same, struggles with the women that I was styling. I said, "Oh, I need to dig a little deeper here." And that's when I went to
Mhm.
get certified. Yeah. Yeah. So,
But style, I feel there is so much healing therapy
mhm.
that comes through style.
It
Like
is.
it really is. And you know this.
There
And
is.
I know April's one of our colleagues. She's commenting. She knows this too. When you get in people's closets, like, and
Mhm.
I tell my clients who buy the full package, there's gonna come a day
Mhm.
when you're in your underwear in front of me in your closet, and we're gonna get real personal.
Oh yeah,
And it's gonna go deep, and you are going to be changed for the
yeah.
better. Like
There.
there is therapy there because our clothing is so tied to
Mhm.
who we are and choices that we make.
Right.
Sometimes it's an
Yeah.
indication that we don't know who we are and we're trying to find ourselves. And sometimes when you get it right, it's
Mhm.
exactly who you are. Clothing is so personal.
Yeah.
So
I
personal.
agree. I agree. And detachment, to detaching from those sentimental pieces. Sometimes
Yeah.
those service and the things again that we were going through in that moment when we purchased those items. Or maybe, we were in a relationship and someone purchased that item for us, and because it
Mhm.
meant so much to us, we don't want to let it go. Or we're holding on to it for no reason, but it is reminding us maybe
Yeah.
of some not so positive things that happened in that relationship. So it's emotional. It draws out emotion, tears, and we don't want to let go sometimes. So our work is work, but it's enjoyable. I enjoy
It
it
is.
because at
I
the end
love
of
it.
the day, yeah, when I won't say done with the client, because most times or many times they come back for additional services. But when we have finished that particular session that they have come to us for, it is so rewarding when we see the
It really
confidence, right? When we see that they are embracing those imperfections that probably life has told us, has told them that you're not worthy because of this or that. You don't look a certain way. You're a certain size. When they can embrace who they are and walk away confident, it's beautiful.
yes.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is amazing. So, anyone have any questions or anything that they want to put up so that we can talk about? Feel free to put them in the comments, and we will.
Yeah, we love to take questions.
Yeah, we want to hear some questions. April said just what we were talking about, to see
Yeah,
confidence go from 0 to over 100. It's the best feeling in the world. It is amazing. Yeah.
agreed. When that client looks in the mirror and starts tearing up
Mhm.
and she says, "I didn't know I could be so beautiful," or "This is how I've always wanted to look." It's like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes. You know that you've done your job, first of all,
yes.
and it's not even a job, but you've done good work.
But you also know you've just changed a life.
A life.
You've
Yeah.
just changed someone's trajectory.
Yeah. And we hope that they will continue to
Yes.
implement the things that we have given them, because sometimes they don't always do it, because again, the people that are around them are still, offering their opinions. And if they have not built that, practice, and built that confidence
Yes.
muscle, they still sometimes tend to listen to the naysayers and such. So
Yes.
again, just as they leave us, of course, we're always there to support them. But when they're standing alone and on their own, that they can still stand on their truth and in their power. So that's
Absolutely.
really
And transformation is hard.
It
If
is.
you're thinking about doing this and you think about, well, maybe I need to start this process. Jenny and I can both tell you, April can tell you, like, as you're going in, transformation is hard, but anybody can do it.
Yeah.
And finding that person to support you and leaning into it and embracing, yes, you can do it.
You can do it.
Totally
You have to want it, and you have to be committed and know that, again, it is a journey. It's not something that happens overnight.
Yes.
April wants to know how she can join both of our groups. Oh, yes, we can DM you. Yes, we can.
We'll send you information, April.
Yes,
great question.
April. Invite some friends.
Invite some friends.
Yeah, invite some friends. So, yes. So, yeah, again, Rebecca, if you want to get in touch with Rebecca outside of the membership, we'll send you some information on that. You can reach Rebecca at refinedimageconsulting.com. You can follow her on IG at Refined Style by Rebecca. And on Facebook, she is at Refined Image Consulting. And her membership is Refined Style Society. And you can scan that code for that. And if you want to know more about me, I am Jenny Dewberry. You can find me on LinkedIn as Jenny Dewberry. I am on IG as Jenny D_People Power, and my website is peoplepowerconsultancy.com. You can connect with me, this show, on the Image Connection show. I would love if you would subscribe, like, and subscribe there at the Image Connection show. It's the handle. Also, I do have a gift for you. It is a guide. It is called Why Image Matters and Why You Should Care. Helps you to do the things that we just spoke about. Get dressed, be intentional about how you show up and how to do it tastefully, polished, and with presence.
I love it.
Yeah. So
everybody, grab that guide.
Yes, grab it. It's pretty good. And it's very colorful, so you'll like it. To hold your interest. Thanks for everyone that joined us today. I really, really appreciate you interacting. I appreciate you being here and sitting with us. And this is my last show until the new year. So in the meanwhile, while you are out, please take some of this. While you're out. In the meantime, while I am out, please take some of this information that you have learned today and throughout the segments from when I started and use it. It's something that will really help you in your walk, in your journey on being polished, professional, getting opportunities that you might be looking for and may not yet be prepared for. These things are going to help you do that. So remember to always show up with polish and presence. And we look forward to seeing you again on January 14th. Thanks, Rebecca, for being with me today. Again, it's always a pleasure, and I appreciate your support because you're always supporting me in everything that I do.
Oh, thanks, Jenny. And thank you so much for having me. I always love talking to you. And I wish you a very restful break and wish everyone a very stylish new year.
Absolutely. All right. Until next time, have a good one.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Image Connection show. We truly appreciate you being here. We hope you'll join us again. And don't keep it to yourself. Invite a friend to tune in too. If you're ready for more insightful tips, tools, and strategies to help you enhance your image, brand, and help you on your entrepreneurial journey, this is where you want to be. Until next time, keep showing up with purpose, presence, and power. I'll see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Take care.